Chairperson to move reporting.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the National Government Administration Laws Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 73 of 2023, and approved the same with amendments.
The mover to move agreement with the report.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report, and also request the Honorable Njeri Maina, the very calm Njeri Maina, to second the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House.
The Honorable Njeri Maina.
Calm. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, you know, Millie Odhiambo is a very good senior lawyer, and I am wondering what is happening on the floor of Parliament, because you're here to learn as young members. Honorable Speaker, I hereby second.
Honorable Njeri Maina, you are standing and you have the mic for some specific purpose. Could you go to it?
That is where I was, Honorable Speaker.
Yeah, please.
Honorable Speaker, I hereby second. Thank you.
Yeah, honorable members, I propose the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report.
Mr. Speaker. Point of order. Mr. Speaker. Point of order. Mr. Speaker. Point of order.
Did I hear the Honorable TJ Kajon? Yes.
Mr. Speaker, sir, may I plead that the motion be amended to say that subject to a recommittal on the amendments to the National Government Coordination Act 2013, number 1, 2013, specifically on Section 2, Section 7, and Section 8. Mr. Speaker, we came here to debate. We are national leaders who are representative of the National Assembly. We came here with an open mind to be able to give our views, whether they are views of majority or minority. Of course, the minority will take the day, but the minority will have the say. The manner in which the amendments were brought were together. It became as a suit. Mr. Speaker, it came as a suit that the mover or the chair was allowed to move Section 2, Section 7, and Section 8. While some of us have no adverse views against Section 2, some of us could have opinions on Section 7. And some of us also could have Section 8. All we are asking is that they should be separated and debated differently, so that Section 2, which concerns the CAS, I also want to be a CAS one day, and I accept that. But Section 7 and Section 8, I have a problem of concentrating powers in the office of the civil service at the same time being the chief of staff. Because these things are different rubrics, and they are unconstitutional. We pass them today, they will come back to us. Because one person goes through the rigors of head of service, another person is a mutu wa mkono for the president. Head chief of staff is somebody that the president will appoint. So how do we oversight as a house? how do we oversight a chief of staff who has been brought by the chair? So this is the point I'm making, that could we recommit this to the House in committee so that we can debate it, whether we are minority or whether we are majority. Let the majority have it, but let minority be heard. Thank you.
Yeah, Honorable Kajwang, as I give the other members opportunity to speak to the matter that you are raising, because I proposed the question, you are an old member of the House. I wanted to request you to approach the clerks, so that if you indeed intend to recommit, you are fully compliant with the standing order provisions on recommittal. And I don't think that should be a problem. If you want to recommit, decisions of the House ultimately are made on the vote, isn't it? Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Thank you. I can see Honorable Ichungwa trying to intimidate me. But I am unintimidatable. But having said that, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I also want to thank you for following House procedure. And I want to thank the whip of the majority for even doing a good job of whipping members so that they do what they should be doing on the floor of the House, which is defeating us by numbers. But that can never, ever take away my right of representation. Mr. Speaker, what has happened earlier on is actually shameful in a democratic country. You cannot deny members a chance to speak to a bill. And Mr. Speaker, the majority is lucky that they have actually, I'm not that passionate about this bill. But should somebody want to go to court on this bill, I want it to go on record that we were denied a chance to speak, not vote, to speak to this bill. Using, and I'm on a point of order, using and following procedure. I have put my card. Honorable TJ was denied because he didn't have a card. I have a card. I put my card. I put both intervention and a chance to speak. Moderated, Mr. Speaker, the Madam Speaker has refused to give me a chance. And that's why I'm telling her she's my friend, but today she has embarrassed me. There's so much or so far we can go as a majority. Even when you have the numbers, use it by following what is provided constitutionally. You can't deny me a chance to speak. And I was telling Honorable Ichungwa what some of the members from his own side are saying quietly. That is very dictatorial and it denies members a chance to speak. Let members in this House be members. They are very intelligent members who have degrees here. But you are making people look here like vegetables. They cannot contribute in this House. What are we making this parliament? This parliament is becoming a joke of a house. That's why some of us hardly are in this House. Let this House be a house of debate and representation and oversight. So you can't make members come here and you make us look like flower girls. We refuse to be flower girls and we refuse to be intimidated. When I am here and I've come here to contribute, let me contribute when I've actually put my button to speak. I know. This is a joke. You are going Don't make this parliament a joke.
You will. Yes. Honorable Millie Odhiambo, your time has lapsed. Honorable Millie Odhiambo, your time has lapsed. Majority Leader, I did not give you opportunity because Honorable Millie Odhiambo was on a point of order. Those are the few things you wanted to stand on a point of order on. By way of leadership, we can still deal with them under our standing orders. I want now, so that we make progress. Order. We want to make progress. And the way to make progress is to allow Honorable Kajwang move the recommittal under the standing orders. We take a decision on it and we proceed. Honorable TJ Kajwang.
Mr. Speaker, sir.
Would the majority leader approach the speaker in the meantime?
Mr.
Proceed.
Speaker, sir. I beg to move that the motion for agreement with the report of the committee of the whole House be amended by inserting the words subject to recommittal of the provisions relating to National Government Coordination Act. I also request Honorable Nyikal to second.
Honorable Nyikal, give Honorable Nyikal the mic.
I second.
Yes, so honorable members, I now propose the question, which is that the motion for agreement with the report of the committee of the whole House be amended by inserting the words subject to recommittal of the provisions relating to the National Government Coordination Act. Will as many as, no, I proposed the question. So I will allow some contribution. The Honorable TJ Kajwang, did I hear you to seek recommittal of the whole act? Or you are particular to particular clauses? No, it's not debating. It's not debating. You can see I'm being assisted by the systems. I want to be sure, Honorable Baya, Honorable Kajwang, I want to be sure about what we are subjecting for deliberations by the House, for the House's consideration. So I'm asking whether it was a recommittal of the whole report and the whole bill, or it was to specific sections. Could you give us that clarification? Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I want to be fair to the House. I also want to be fair to the majority leader who has this bill. And I want to be fair to the office of the Speaker. I am requesting recommittal only to provisions that relate to Section 2, Section 7.2, and Section 8. That is very clear. Honorable Bayer, we have been in this house
You said Section 2?
We are old people. We can't...
You said Section 2?
Section 2, Section 7, subsection 2, and Section 8. And Section 8. And yes, and Section 8.
And now for clean records, would you move for recommittal again specific to those clauses?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the motion for agreement with the report of the committee of the whole House be amended by inserting the words subject to recommittal of the provision of the National Government Coordination Act 2013, number 1 of 2013, specifically Section 2, Section 7, subsection 2, and Sections 8 as proposed. Thank you.
Who is seconding?
I ask Honorable
Nyikal, you can now second.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I second this, but we really must understand what we have come for. It is important that issues are debated, particularly important issues. To use the House to block is actually unfair. Now, what has happened now is what is important.
You're seconding.
I'm seconding, and I'm saying why I'm seconding. And it is important that in this House, we discuss what has happened now is what is important. Members who have been whipped to come in now have a chance to understand, to contribute. It does not matter which way they will vote. But when these things are passed here, when even then they're questioned, when we go to the public, people ask us, were you there? Did you follow? You know, some of us have even said, I didn't read. That is why I second, so that we have a chance to debate this. I second.
Yeah, Honorable Member, now that we are proceeding with clarity, allow me to propose the question afresh. I propose the question, which is that the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House be amended by inserting the words subject to recommittal of Clause 2, Clause 7, Subclause 2, and Clause 8 of the National Government Coordination Amendment. It's the National Government Administration Laws Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 73 of 2023. So, do we have interest on this? Honorable Kajuang, I have Honorable Owen Bayer. You want to say something? It is Honorable, the Majority Leader. Yes. You take precedence. Yes. You take precedence. You don't need to use Honorable Owen Bayer to speak.
You know, I dropped my card as I rushed back after mobilizing a team to come back, Honorable Speaker, but thank you for indulgence. Honorable Speaker, I object to that recommittal, Honorable Speaker, and therefore would beg that you just put the question. There was absolutely no reason to recommit that clause, and I know the issues that Honorable TJ Kajuang had consulted me over. We had discussed that there are issues that can be addressed later with the kind of segregation he had desired. And since he's a member of the committee of JLAC that considered this bill, is among the issues that would also have been considered by the committee at the committee stage, Honorable Speaker. And it's also not true, Honorable Speaker, that members have not had an opportunity to debate this particular bill. We are not in second reading. We're in the third reading of this bill. Committee of the Whole, Honorable Speaker, and therefore members, including my good friend, the Honorable Millie, had an opportunity to debate all the clauses and all the provisions of this particular bill. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, we should not sit here as elected members of Parliament to listen to people telling us that they will go to court. Courts are open every day for people to go walk to court and do whatever you want to do in court. But when you are elected as a legislator, you come to the House at the right time, at the appointed time at 2:30 p.m., like the Honorable Nyikal does every day, or the Honorable Kajuang. They are always here at 2:30. I was with the Honorable Kajuang here at noon for the House Business Committee. But a member cannot walk into the chamber at 5 p.m., demand to speak, then go on a tantrum, Honorable Speaker, throwing epithets at even the person of the Speaker, Honorable Speaker, including going to the extent against our own standing order number 87, to attempt to discuss the person of the Speaker or someone chairing the committee of the whole House as a Speaker, Honorable Chair, as a chair of a committee. Honorable Speaker, I know the Honorable Millie may not want to hear this, but young members like the Honorable Njeri Minor from Kirinyaga, who is calm and willing to learn from older members, ought to see more and better maturity from the older members. And I would really beg the Honorable Millie next time to exhibit the kind of maturity expected of her as a grandmother of the House, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And I oppose this particular recommittal and urge the entire House to oppose the recommittal.
The Honorable TJ Kajuang, I doubt you can contribute having moved recommittal. Did I hear the Honorable Mishimboko to say she wants to say something to this? The Honorable Naomi Wako. Okay. The Honorable, this is Fatuma.
In case you forgot the second name. You forgot my second name is Fatuma Full Network.
No.
In Migori County. Am I the one you're referring to, Mr. Speaker?
Honorable member, would you state your correct names?
My name is Fatuma Zainab Mohammed, full network. Do you have a problem with the name,
Is
Mr.
full
Speaker?
network your name known
Yes,
by
it's
the
my
House?
name. It's my name, Mr.
It
Speaker.
will be confirmed, you can proceed.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, I only have one concern. All through, I've been sitting in this house as we went into the committee of the whole house. And I want to be very honest with you. There is no single bill that I had even what was read, because it was in a rush and there were members shouting and the bills were passed. And so I'm wondering, as a member of Migori County, if I happen to meet this bill, what will I say? I am speaking out of honesty and I can swear to it, wallahi billahi. There's nothing that I had, and I'm not the only one who didn't hear. I didn't even want to contribute, but I wanted to hear what is being read. What I'm trying to say, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Ichungwa, just be a man, men don't shout back at women.
Honorable Fatuma, you always address the Speaker and you keep to the standing orders in terms of relevance. You are addressing recommittal proposed by Honorable Kajwang. You are not addressing the majority leader. And the majority leader, for purposes of decorum in the House, is Honorable Ichungwa, not Mr. Ichungwa.
Sorry, Honorable Ichungwa, I'm sorry about that. Through the Speaker, please accept my apology. Still, you are a minister because you are a decent man anyway. But my point is this, Mr. Speaker. I am a first timer, and I sit in this house so that I learn. What I have learned today, if I was to walk outside and tell my people in Migori County about the bills that are passed in the House, I would say the bills are read and the majority say yes. What was read, I don't know, and I'm not the only one who doesn't know. Please, Mr. Speaker, may we behave in a manner that wananchi expect us. Mr. Speaker, we are being attacked outside, and today I was attacked on a television, national television, when I was being told that we don't speak in...
Honorable Speaker, on standing order 87 again, the Honorable member for Migori is right in her place to stand and say that she is a new member and she ought to learn. And that is why those of us like myself and the Honorable Millie who have been here long enough, and Honorable Kajwang, we have a duty to guide these new members. And the member for Migori was to speak on the recommittal by the Honorable TJ Kajwang. What I have listened to her saying, she is not speaking to the recommittal, she is telling the people of Migori that she does not know what is happening in the House. And you know, you cannot stand in the House and announce to the people who voted for you that you do not know what is going on. They voted for you because they believed you are the best, amongst the best in Migori. Therefore, I would guide you, the member for Migori. Please do not tell the people of Migori that a bill was read, you do not know. They expected you to read, understand, contribute, propose amendments. You have not done that. Please do not exhibit that kind of... Honorable Speaker, I really beg the member for Migori to contribute to the recommittal by the Honorable TJ Kajwang and not contributing to the people of Migori.
Thank you, Majority Leader. Honorable Fatuma, you have 1 minute to conclude.
Mr. Speaker, I stood on a point of order and I did not even put my card. Mr. Ichungwa, I went to school, and for your information, I even went to a school in Italy. You studied locally. I did not say that I do not know what's happening. I only said, and you are part, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Ichungwa is part of the problem, that when the bill was being read, he was shouting here and I could not even hear what was being said. But don't come here to intimidate me.
The time for Honorable Fatuma is up. Order. You know, Honorable Millie, because she's been here along with the majority leader, has invented a mode of contribution in the House which is not known to the standing orders. I saw her dance at the majority leader. That is a mode of debate only known to the two of you, and it can only be outside the House. Don't do it here again. Honorable members, permit me to now put the question. which is that the motion for agreement with the report of the committee of the whole House be amended by inserting the words, subject to recommittal of the provisions of sections 2, section 7, subsection 2, and section 8 of the National Government Coordination Act. Will as many as are that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of the contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it. Order! Order, honorable members. Order! Order! Honorable members, we revert to reporting, and I now put the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. As many as are of that opinion say aye. As many as are of a contrary opinion say nay. Nay. The ayes have it. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the national...
Mover to move third.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the National Government Administration Laws Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 73.
Order majority leader, the Honorable TJ Kajwang and the Honorable Millie Odhiambo, you cannot call for division when only two of you are standing. Yes.
Honorable Speaker,
notably, even including the majority leader, you don't meet the number required by the standing orders to force division. And you know, let the mover move the third reading.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And you know I am never confused. So I can never have been standing for division or standing to move for third reading, which I now do. And I beg to move that the National Government Administration Laws Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 73 of 2023, be now read a third time, and I also request the Honorable Pauline Languris, the member for Samburu, to second.
Give her the mic.
Thank you, Majority Leader. I second.
Did I hear Honorable Millie say you are the majority leader?
I second.
Order, honorable members. Honorable members, allow me to propose the question, which is that the National Government Administration Laws Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 73 of 2023, be now read a third time. Yes, Honorable Tom Joseph Francis Kajwang, and this one you can be at.
Mr. Speaker, sometimes being in this House for a period of time arms people with experience. You see, in a very short while, Mr. Speaker, you have brought laughter into this House, and the temperatures have cooled. But just before you came in, we had members who I think should be here for a third time, so that when they become chair of committees, they know exactly how to handle committees. But
Honorable TJ Kajwang,
Mr. Speaker,
you cannot discuss the chair or the presiding officer before a speaker without a substantive motion. You even put the speaker in a very awkward position, you understand? So could you deal with the debate absent that?
I withdraw those statements. But Mr. Speaker, this will haunt us. It will come back to us someday. I'm not going to go to court. I'm no longer a lawyer. I'm a legislator. This is my place to say things, and things must be done here. And so I must not threaten anybody about court of law. Those court of law will take their chance. But Mr. Speaker, you know, this is still going to another house. The point we are making is a very simple one. Mr. Speaker, to join the head of service at the same time to be the chief of staff are two different nomenclature. One is a public officer that we oversight because he is the head of service. But the other is an appointee of the president who at best is a minister. Is a minister. If you go to all the Commonwealth, a chief of staff is almost as a minister. A president decides who becomes, in fact, this is a person who actually can go to the kitchen of the president. And is allowed worldwide to take his most loyal person to be the chief of staff. But the head of civil service is another matter. He need not be the person who is most loyal to the president. He need to be a person who is loyal to the country, so that we can oversight him. These are issues, big issues, which will still come back. Other people will interpret it. Maybe the courts of law, I do not know. Maybe the obutatas will take these things to the court of law, I don't know. But I can tell you that this is unconstitutional to the extent that it is mixing public service and the chief of staff. It is very unconstitutional. But because the majority have said so, so be it. But the record will show that on this day, TJ Kajwang stood on his place and said that this is unconstitutional. And I am sure the person who is the head of civil service, who is also the chief of staff, is watching this. He may push it for all I care, but it is still unconstitutional. Unconstitutional. Thank you, Chair.
The Honorable Millie Grace Akoth Odhiambo Mbona, the MP for Suba North.
Mr. Speaker, for giving me this chance. Mr. Speaker, I just want to thank Honorable Kajwang for what is indicated. Our concern is that when you are a member of parliament, you must be heard, because that is our representation role. And one of the things that I wanted to say earlier to the bill is the issue of unconstitutionality of some of the issues that are being raised. And I know we don't have the numbers, so Honorable Ichungwa could have easily raised his members to defeat, but having had a chance for us to speak. And I'm hoping the majority side can take cognizance of the things that we are saying for purposes of human rights and good governance. And Mr. Speaker, I just want to say that I am proudly serving as a third member, a third term elected. If you add as nominated, I'm serving my fourth term. So I'm very familiar with when the real business of the house is. And especially because of the jokes we've been having here, I don't come for the time of any other business. I come to the house when we deal with real issues, legislation that affects lives. And that's why, Mr. Speaker, I was here in time to deal with this issue. So I just want to encourage my loving sister Njeri, please learn from me. I am serving my third term, senior most woman member of parliament. Honorable Ichungwa, please underline that. And as my sister is learning from me, she will come back 3-4 times and even become governor because she's learning at my feet. But if you follow somebody like Ichungwa, who I'm told has not gone to Italy to study, you will fail miserably. So please, follow the Honorable Millie Odhiambo of this house, who can do excellent work. And I just want to tell Honorable Ichungwa that I actually won. Even having called the former president names, they still recognize my sterling work in this house for the work that I've done and the work I continue to do. and the work I will continue to do. This you cannot take away from me. Sharp to the core. Thank you. I don't support.
The Honorable Millie Odhiambo, the only thing you forgot today was to remind Honorable Ichungwa that you are with the President in school at the same time. Honorable members, allow me now to put the question. I've confirmed we have the necessary quorum to dispose of this. And I therefore put the question, which is that the National Government Administration Laws Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 73 of 2023, be now read a third time. As many as are of that opinion say aye. Aye. As many as are of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to make various amendments to statute law on national government administration and for connected purposes.
Next order.
Order number 13, the National Land Commission Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 43 of 2023, second reading.
Yes, Majority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I again rise on standing order number 87. Because, Honorable Speaker, as was being canvassed by the Honorable Millie, those of us that have been here long enough have a duty of care to those who are new. And it is not fair, Honorable Speaker, if you can protect me from that noise.
Order! Those members who are engaging in other national duties outside the House can leave quietly.
It is a member for Soy.
They can leave quietly. Those members, the Honorable Ngeleche, I know you are busy with some other parliamentary duties outside of the plenary. You may leave quietly so that the Majority Leader can be heard in silence.
Honorable Speaker, I was saying, and you've rightly put it, when the Honorable TJ attempted to take that route of discussing the conduct of a chair of a committee of the whole, who is sitting in on behalf of the Speaker. But, Honorable Speaker, during the committee of the whole, the Honorable Millie Odhiambo attempted to do the same, to not only discuss the conduct of the person or the chairperson, but to throw epithets at the person who was chairing the committee of the whole. And I want to agree with Honorable Millie that the likes of the Honorable Njeri have a lot to learn from those of us who are older here, and therefore we must not leave it to pass. And we must
Honorable Millie Odhiambo, allow the Speaker to listen to the Majority Leader. Well, if you have something to say, you will surely have your chance to do so. Let us debate and let us listen.
Honorable Speaker, I was saying because the chair of the committee at the time even tried to...
Honorable Millie, the Honorable Majority Leader is on a point of order. And I can assure you, you risk being declared disorderly.
Honorable Speaker, you will indulge the Honorable Millie for obvious reasons. You had her call the only Pauline Languris, the majority leader, and said you will notice as she walks out that she is really the majority. And Millie also danced on the floor of the House, only that we never liked her dance because there was nothing majority in her dance. There was only minority in her dance. But Honorable Speaker, on a more serious issue, the issue of discussing the person of the chairperson of that of the Speaker, you cannot do that without bringing a substantive motion to the floor of the House. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, I wanted to beg you that you do find the Honorable Millie Odhiambo to have been completely out of order, so that those of us who are new in this house do not take it for granted that you can rise in your place, shout, throw epithets at the person of the speaker, of the chairperson of a committee, even committees, departmental committees and our select committees when they are sitting. When that a person, even a fellow member is chairing that committee, is doing that on behalf of the speaker, and therefore need to carry ourselves with the dignity and respect that we demand to be given to us as honorable members of parliament. If you want to be respected as a member, you must also respect that person who is chairing the house, either as a chairperson of the committee of the whole or a speaker. Honorable Speaker, that is why you see many of us refrain ourselves from saying things that we would otherwise want to say to even fellow members, Honorable Speaker, including Millie Odhiambo, who is my very good friend. There are certain things I would have said about her, but I can never say them on record because I respect her as an honorable member, but I expect her to equally respect whoever is chairing the committee of the whole or whoever is chairing the house as a temporary speaker, Honorable Speaker. And therefore I want you to find that the Honorable Millie Odhiambo was grossly out of order. And may I also plead with Honorable Millie Odhiambo, Honorable Speaker, through you, to be a good example to fellow members, especially those who are new, so that we all learn and dignify this house. We cannot dignify the house by shouting. We don't dignify the house by being disorderly and defying what the speaker is saying, Honorable Speaker. We dignify the house by being honorable members, Honorable Speaker, and I really want to beg that moving forward, even the Honorable Millie Odhiambo will allow the 20 years of experience that she has gained in this house to be a member in good standing even with fellow members, so that the member for Migori, the member for Busia, the member for Kirinyaga can learn from, Millie today is the grandmother of the house. She is the oldest female member of the house. She is the grandmother of the house. Honorable Kenan is the grandfather of the house today, but he carries himself with the dignity befitting a grandfather of the house. I therefore really want to beg the Honorable Millie. I know there are moments of humor, but also that should come with some dignity to the house and to herself as the grandmother of the house, or what is popularly called Shosho in the parlance out there. And she is indeed the Shosho of the house, but I want to beg her to also dignify that position of a ranking member of the house and the grandmother of the house. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Millie, you certainly don't need to rise on a point of order. You can be sure you have a right to respond, not as a matter of point of order. In fact, I was coming to you. Yeah, but give Honorable Millie the mic. Honorable Millie, would you be limited to confirming what the majority leader said? Because if it goes beyond that, then it would require much more than I would be permitted to do.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it becomes very difficult to confirm what the speaker, the majority leader was saying, because he said so many things. He talked about another member being the majority leader, and that you will see it when she's walking out. And from where I sit, she is majority leader. You can see it when she's walking out, so I can confirm that. And secondly, he also mentioned, that I'm the Shosho of the house. No, I'm not the Shosho of the house. I'm the Dani of the house. And I'm very proudly the Dani of the house. I'm not the Shosho of the house. But you also mentioned...
Honorable Millie, what is Shosh, Dani, what are those?
Shosh,
make the speaker understand your contribution. I know as a lawyer sometimes you speak in Latin, but I've not met those in Latin.
Yes, my understanding is Shosh is grandmother in Kikuyu. I am just clarifying that I am Dani, which is grandmother in Luo. So I'm not Shosh, I am grandmother in Luo. And Dani is also a very fond word because I look like my grandmother, Aringo Meja Nyobiero, Nyamin Captain. So yes, I am Dani of the house. I'm Dani Nyobiero Meja Ringo. Okay. So I am okay.
I get you, Honorable Millie.
Honorable Millie. And now, can I also confirm the other issue? that he raised.
Please, Honorable Millie.
Yes.
Just say it. You remember I stood you up and I limited your response to either confirming what the majority leader raised or denying. So did I hear you to deny?
Mr. Speaker, I have talked about some of the issues.
Because Honorable Millie.
So I am getting to another one.
Honorable Millie.
The third one.
Honorable Millie, get it.
Yes.
If you deny, there is a particular way the Speaker wants to direct we proceed. If you confirm, there is also a particular way the standing orders mandate the Speaker to proceed. So can you take aside so that...
Yes, Mr. Speaker, actually that is what I'm in the process of doing. And you are a lawyer, and if you are even in a court of law, you hardly told yes, no, because you have to explain yourself. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the majority leader for bringing the debate this way. And the reason he's done that is that he's actually anchoring his discussions on democracy and governance principles, meaning we must be heard. When you are not heard, you will use any other means to be heard. Nonetheless, I just want to challenge the majority leader to bring the Hansard and see on record. Tell me what I said on record, because I was never given a chance. No record, please.
Honorable Millie.
No record, give me what I said.
Millie,
on record.
Order. So you deny what the majority leader says. You don't confirm. This is the direction. Honorable Millie, I've understood you. Honorable Millie, that you will withdraw. Withdraw that so that the Speaker can give the appropriate directions on the matter raised by the majority leader. You may not be on record, but you are audibly heard.
Then can I also draw it?
Honorable Millie, would you withdraw the word delusional in reference to the member you used the word?
Chair,
in line
you
with
must be fair as a lawyer. If I said something on record, I withdraw it on record. If I said it off record, I withdraw it off record.
Honorable Millie, the records bear you saying somebody within the House, a member, is delusional. And I'm saying that word is unparliamentary. Make it easy for the Speaker to preside over the House.
Okay, Chair, I want to replace it with the words that he is not entirely truthful.
Just withdraw it. It cannot be used in reference to any member.
No, I've just said it's not entirely truthful. That's very close.
I want the word, and I've directed Honorable Millie, that the word delusional as applied in reference to a member of the House be withdrawn by you.
Chair,
just withdraw it. It does not hurt. Just withdraw it.
Chair, it hurts, but I will withdraw. It hurts thoroughly because I believe it is, but I withdraw. It hurts.
Thank you for withdrawing. Yeah, so honorable members, allow me. Majority leaders raised concerns decorum within the House and the manner in which we should proceed while on the House during debate, whether in the plenary or in the committee of the whole. The difficulty the Speaker finds himself in is that he was not in the House when those matters that the majority leader mentioned were raised. And so the Speaker, now presiding, is not fully informed. These matters were also not part of the report from the Committee of the Whole, which all members present would agree were restricted to the consideration of the bill that was on issue. Now, because of that, we cannot make a firm direction, regrettably, requiring the member accused of having made those actions or conducted themselves in that manner to withdraw or apologize. I want to leave it at that and confirm that because everything that happens in the House is recorded, if it is not reflected in the answered, we have other processes that allow necessary inquiry and establishment of the truth. I would request that if there were any instances of misconduct or behavior that is unparliamentary in the committee of the whole as indicated by the majority leader, they took those approaches. And those approaches include our proceeding under the standing orders to name if there can be evidence, or even proceeding under the act governing the immunities and privileges and the code of conduct to which members are bound. So I want to direct that the matter rests because it would be impossible for the Speaker in these circumstances to conclusively determine what truly happened, but leave it open to the majority leader or any other member concerned at how we should behave at one another, or towards one another while debating in this honorable House, to pursue it through those other avenues prescribed under the standing orders. I think I want to leave it at that. We were in the next order. The next order had been called. Who is moving? Yeah, proceed, Deputy Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I take the pleasure to move the National Lands Commission Amendment Bill 2023. Honorable Speaker, this bill seeks to make amendments to the National Land Commission Act number 5 of 2012 to confer back to the National Land Commission the power to continue reviewing all grants or disposition of public land to establish their propriety or legality since Section 14 of the Act has lapsed. Honorable Speaker, the bill further seeks to allow the National Land Commission to continue admitting and processing historical land injustices claim, since the Act provides that a historical land claim may only be admitted, registered, and processed by the National Land Commission if it is brought within 5 years from the date of the commencement of the Act. Honorable Speaker, it is very important to note that in 2010, when we were establishing this new constitution, many people went to vote for this constitution because many historical land injustices were going to be tackled by this law. Honorable Speaker, before the 2010 constitution, there had been many commissions, including the Dungu Commission, including the Njongojo Commission, and including many other commissions which went out there to find out which was the issue that was bedeviling land in this country. Honorable Speaker, it was established that there were very many cases of historical land injustices at the coast, in the Rift Valley, in Central, and the whole of this country. And the conclusion was we needed a body, an institution that would handle historical land injustices in this country. And therefore, the National Lands Commission was born with one of the key mandates under Article 67 to look and establish what were the issues and tackle them and give the people a reprieve. And that is why, Honorable Speaker, the National Lands Commission was born. But then the new law that came in, the National Lands Commission Act, came in and limited the operation of the Constitution by putting a limit, a time limit to it. And yet the Constitution did not put a time limit. But a statute of this House was prepared under the National Lands Commission bill, and that bill put a time limit on handling historical land injustices. It put a limit also on review of grants, which actually a court in this country has ruled that this law or that section which gave a limit, a time limit to investigating historical land injustices was actually unconstitutional. Honorable Speaker, we have an opportunity today as we move in this bill to actually right that wrong, that we put a time limit to historical land injustices in the law. So what does this bill what does my amendment mean? Honorable Speaker, the National Land Commission